Ooh. Are we all hiding behind our fans today? Is that what's happening?
Maybe.
Or no.
Or not. It's whatever. Anyway, hi, and welcome to the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay. I am just drinking some water right now, even though I really should be getting some caffeine because I've got a long night after this.
Well, that's what's up. Hello, and hi, y'all. I am Lana, your resident evil diva. I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I'm currently drinking water as well because hydration is important. But if I was drinking anything else, I would probably be drinking out of my cup mugs. Ooh, panel full of cup mugs. Panel full of cup mugs. Beer. All right. And you can get your cup mug or any of our cup merch at lanagscreations.etsy.com, where we do ship domestically in the U.S. for sure. Not sure about international because my distribution there is acting weird and funny. So I don't know if we ship internationally, but I'll let you know in future episodes. But if you're in the U.S., you can for sure get your cup merch. If you're international, we'll see. I'll let you know soon. Yeah, I've been up stressing about that for the last 2 days now. So we'll work that out. But yeah, period.
And we're looking at you, United States.
That's all I can look at right now. That's all I can look at right now with U.S. I'm looking at you. That's all I got right now.
Well, I'm David Healy, and I don't have a cute intro, but I do have a cute shirt. And you know what? I'm double Jimboing it today.
Ooh.
I got my Jimbo fan, and I got my Jimbo shirt because I love me some Jimbo. But I am just drinking some water,
Period.
as always, and I thank you. And they will never remember it.
All season, I've never remembered it.
Hey, at least I'm consistent.
Yep, consistently forgetting.
Consistently forgetting that, that's what
What
happens.
you should
But the season is over. Dragdagulan season 2 is over.
It's over. Bittersweet, because I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah.
I literally woke up today running to see if the episode was out. And I woke up way too early because it wasn't out when I woke up early. And I had to wait till later, and then it was out. And I was like, yes! And I watched it right then. And you know what? I can't wait to talk about it.
Because, oh boy, this was an episode of television that we consumed here on this day.
It was cool.
So many looks.
But first,
make sure to subscribe if you've not already. I was going to continue saying a couple other things, but we could just do this instead.
Yeah, I think we should get this out the way first.
Okay. Make sure to subscribe if you've not already, because we're here almost all the time giving you almost all things drag. We've got 2 other channels as well for now. More coming in the near future. We're covering almost all things reality TV and almost all things Eurovision Song Contest. Make sure to go check those out as well. And if you want to become a member of the channel and join the tea room, not the shade room, like some people might think it's called, maybe. I don't know. If you want to join the tea room, hit the join button here on our main channel, or you can go over to Patreon, same content, different platform. Maybe we'll probably be doing a rewatch of Dragdagulan Series 1. Let's just be honest. At some point, we'll probably do it. So if you want that content, and if you want it sooner, let us know. become a member. Let us know. Do all those things. And yeah, with that being said, there's in this episode, and there's almost no fluff. So let's just do it. Let's just do it. Yeah.
I mean, we should talk really quickly about the episode 7. I think that was it. Was as yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit.
Mhm. Well, I'll be the correspondent on that,
Please.
since I'm the expert. But yeah, so it was a clip show, and there were a lot of good clips. It was a lot of stuff we've seen. A lot of intimate looks at the final 3. We had some pretty cool interviews with the like guest judges throughout the season, so that was pretty cool to get their perspective. But I think the main event of that episode was we finally got an answer on Acting Gate, whether Jean was acting or not. And sure enough, we see a clip of Jean off, and Mrs. Tan is off to comfort her. And she's like, "It's okay. I'm just acting." And we saw it.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then back on this, on the in the room where all the queens were making accusations. Wait, you're acting. Somebody says, "Were you acting?" And Jean says, "Yes." So confirmation, she was acting. And you know what? I thought she was convincing.
I did.
I mean, I thought she was funny. But I knew she was acting, and I was like, okay.
I thought she was legitimately upset, and I'm actually calling your all's bluff. I think that you all thought she was upset too when she walked off after everybody was being kind of mean to her. You all didn't think she was serious.
No,
I said in the episode, "Oh, I felt bad for her
Yeah,
in
but
that
that-
moment," until she said she was acting, and then I was like, "No, I don't feel bad anymore because she was acting."
No, I felt bad for her because even in her acting, it still was some truth behind it. I still feel like it's some truth behind the acting.
Mhm.
I still think they were coming at her hard. I still think they were being unfair, and I think Jean is one of those people who kind of like laughs and jokes things off to hide the pain, to mask the pain. You know what I mean? She's
Yeah.
one of those people like, whatever. It's not
Yeah.
that big of a deal. Inside, she could be falling apart, but she's not going to let y'all see that because she's masking the pain. I felt bad for her, but I kind of was like, I don't know if she's being 100% legit because, and it wasn't about anything she did. It was because of what Miss Tan said. And I was like, I believe Mrs. Tan. I don't believe Mrs. Tan would just come back and be like, she's acting. She
Mhm.
told me so without it actually being something she
Right.
actually.
And that's what I meant before we heard any of that from Mrs. Tan. I legit thought that she was upset, and I still do think she was upset. And I think
I do too.
yeah, I think she leaned into like,
The acting.
"Oh, I was acting."
Absolutely.
Mhm.
I feel like we do things to mask our hurt and our pain or whatever. And I think that's what she was doing. She was like, oh, I feel, but you know, it's like when I say, I'm not gonna cry, I'm a thug. I ain't gonna cry in front of you. I'm a thug. I'm not gonna do that. And that's what Jean was like. She's like, I ain't gonna cry because I ain't gonna let y'all think I'm a punk. I'm acting.
Mhm.
But I still think she was still hurt.
Yeah, I agree. But that's all I had to say about episode 7. But I do have something else to say. Something big.
Ooh.
Something very big happened after our last episode of Drag Den.
Mm-hmm.
I see you all out there. I see you people who are watching, people who may have been messaging a certain queen. Because it happened. I opened up Twitter, and guess who had a follow from Miss Viva Fatale? It was me. And guess who had a nice little conversation with Miss Viva Fatale in the DMs? It was me. And she did say that people were like sending her video clips of me saying she needs to slide in the DMs. So I appreciate that. And she was lovely. We didn't talk too much, but I'm always down to chat more, Miss Viva.
Word. I love that for you so much.
Thank you. I'm glad somebody is supportive of me.
I love that for you.
I'm glad somebody supports me over on this side.
You sure
Or
as hell
somebody's
ain't
a
getting
hater
that from
over
me
here.
You sure as hell ain't getting that from me over here.
I love that for you because honestly, when things like that happen and you wake up and you see a follow by someone who you've just been like, yes, the entire time during their season, and you get that follow, it's kind of a big deal in your world today. And I had a similar experience, not from Dragdagulan, but Mrs. Tan did follow me. Because
I was going to say, we could also just talk about the other big thing where Mrs. Tan followed all of us.
Yeah, we talked about that, though.
We talked about that last time, though.
Oh, you weren't here. I forgot.
Oh, you weren't. Oh, sorry. Yes, Miss Tan followed all of us and the cup. Like,
thank you, Mrs. Tan.
Thank you. And I talked to her, and we had a lovely conversation. But also, Philippines. Y'all, I am living my best Philippines dream right now because Miss Bernie followed me. I know, different show, different things, but it's still the same island. Philippines, your girls are showing up, and we love you all for it. We love y'all so much, I can't even stand it. Fever following David, Mrs. Tan following all of us. Bernie is following me. Like, Philippine
Bernie
Queen
follows me on Instagram. I think she follows.
she follows us all on Instagram. But Philippine Queens, we love y'all.
We do.
Y'all can follow the cup at any point, at any time, and
Jean
we love
follows
all
us?
y'all. Jean follows you.
Oh, just me? Hi, Jean.
So we love
And
this.
no one follows me, really, except for Mrs. Tan.
We love
You know
the
what?
Philippines
That's okay.
people. We love the Philippines queens, period. So any Philippines queen that wants to follow me or the cup or all of us, you see those socials down there. We take it. Hey. I love y'all. This has been one of the best shows I've watched this year next to Lamas. So I'm very excited to talk about this episode.
I was going to say it's all of the non-Drag Race shows, but that's not true.
No, because there's some Drag Race shows that I really am enjoying.
Well, yes, but I'm also saying there are some non-Drag Race shows that were just bad.
Dragula.
Oh,
Dragula!
Queen of the Universe.
Okay, let them breathe.
I will stay on their neck.
That's not the Queen's
Lana canceled
fault.
them
I
personally.
canceled them personally, but Dragula was one of those ones that I'm like, no, absolutely not.
Anyway.
Looks.
We got looks on looks. But first, we got to talk about Manila and Nicole and Sasa Girl being a judge finally. Yes. I was when they did the intro and they were like, and she finally gets to give her opinion after watching the Queens all season. It's Sasa Girl. I was like, yes. Love Sasa Girl.
Mm-hmm.
They all look gorgeous in their first looks.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually their second looks.
This is their second looks.
But they look good in both looks. And you know what?
It's been a black day.
We know. That's why we're not saying anything against you. Stop.
No, I'm beating myself up over it.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it's all good.
I have, guess what? First look.
First looks.
I have those too, so.
Man, they look good in both of these.
They do. They look amazing in both of these looks.
And you know what else was cool?
Was
I
it?
really like Manila doing her performance at the beginning to the Den theme song. I was like, okay.
Her RuPaul style.
She had more energy than Miss Rue.
She's slightly. Manila, I love Manila, but baby, her hips was like, stop.
Well, the thing is, Manila can perform.
I know she can. I've seen her do it. She was like, but not this one. I'm not sweating.
Not this one right now.
Not sweating my makeup off. No. But she gave us what needed to be given. She gave us just enough for us to go like, work. I was here for it.
Better than Mama Pal.
Which Manila look do you like better? This one or the second one?
The second one.
The second one.
I like the first one better.
I like the wig on this one better than I like the first. But
I think I like the wig on the first one better and the garment on this one better.
Switch the wigs with the garments, I wonder.
See, Tool's not my favorite, but this still looks good. I think that's why I like the other one a little bit better.
Well, yes, the moment you say Tool doesn't work for me, Dave, makes sense why you would like the other one better. It makes sense.
Yep.
You gave your reasoning.
But both are very good.
They all look good. They look good.
Mhm.
Nicole ate in every look.
She looks like she's ready to be the fourth member of TLC in that first look.
Yes.
Oh, sure, yeah.
She's
She's chasing them waterfalls.
She's Selena.
Oh my gosh.
She's wearing a Selena inspired outfit. Mm-hmm. Yes, but they look good. They look amazing, and they don't go no wrong. They didn't go wrong in this this season. Manila didn't really go wrong in the season. I think I had one look that I was like, but she slayed this season.
Yeah, they all did. They all did lovely. They all did lovely and wonderful. And hey, I'm not gonna discount Miss Sassy Girl either, because this orange look is everything. I think she looks great here. I have to say though, this blue, this is her color.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is her color because I really enjoyed it.
Me too.
I really enjoyed it. I think they all look great.
Absolutely.
And that's that. So we also, at the end of the episode, but I figured it would be the right place to put it in here. We have three fabulous OG Filipino drag icons,
legends,
joining us. This was such a lovely tribute. I love this.
I was like, y'all trying to make me tear up. I don't even know these ladies, but I was like, oh, look at them paying respect and homage to the ones before who paved the way for them. Yeah. It was beautiful. When she came out, first of all, when Miss Mama came out in her yellow and in the chair, and I was like, oh.
We got Miss Racing Chat here in the yellow. We've got Miss Ava Papaya in this gorgeous rainbow, and then at the bottom here in the black and white, we have Miss Jolina Padilla.
Okay, Miss Jolina Padilla, first of all, she ate. She worked that runway. She stopped, she paused, she looked, then she kept on going. I was like, and then she walked, stopped, she paused, and she looked. I was like, you better work, mama. You better work. And then Miss Racing. She like, I'm gonna be fabulous, even in a chair. She got down there and she turned her shoulder. Was like, I was like, I love the respect that they showed. I love how they honored these women. And it was just a beautiful moment to have them, three legends, come out. And then the winner of the season 2 crown this. I just thought this was a beautiful moment.
Mm-hmm. And I was trying to remember if they did this in season 1. I feel like I've seen this before, so I couldn't remember if it was season 1 that this happened.
I don't remember.
Okay. Please let us know in the comments, because I'm like, I feel like they might have done something like this. But I want to know if these three queens know each other very well, because I don't know if you all picked up on this, but there was a moment. So we had Racing come out first, and then the one on the bottom, and then Jolina, and then Ava, is that her name?
Ava Papaya, yes.
Yes, Ava came out last. And when Ava came out, she went up to the front of the stage, and then she was starting to walk towards the stairs, but she stops and she gives a hand gesture to Racing. Mm-hmm. And Racing goes,
oh.
And I'm like,
oh, it felt more like a respect thing.
Oh, okay. I was like,
that's what I got. I got it was more like a respect, like more respect.
Oh, I didn't see it.
I was like, ooh, is there drama between these two? Because I was like, Racing don't like you.
I would love out of my soul for the seasoned older legends to be like, Trick, I ain't forget you. I ain't forget what you did
I
to me
remember what
20
you
years in 1997. I ain't forget what you did. So don't come up in here acting like we friends. We ain't friends. We ain't never been friends. We ain't never gonna be friends. So keep your stuff to yourself. Like, yeah,
I remember when you were acting.
Remember when you tried to take my man when we was at the O bar? I remember, and I'm not finna play with you today up in here right now. So keep that mess to yourself. Wave to your mama because I ain't the one. I would live if them queens kept their beef going for 20-something years. I'd be like, oh.
Be like,
I'm gonna have to go back and do some research so I can find out what this beef started over.
I want to see one of them be like, you belong in the sexy, slutty horror nursing home. Oops, I killed Lana. I'm sorry.
Everyone say it with me. Sexy, slutty,
horror,
nursing
nursing
home.
home. That's the category for season 3.
Oh no.
Okay, we're already unhinged. Sorry, guys. But yes, love them.
Yes, they were lovely. And you know who else is lovely? Naya.
I love Naya.
I love Naya.
I love her. And she looks so good.
Oh, good.
I would be just like her. No, I'm not ready to give up my crown. You have to snatch off my cold dead hands. But
and I loved her voiceover when she was walking.
yeah.
So good. It felt very Miss Universe.
Yes.
And that's the goal, obviously, but I loved it.
I loved it. I love the voiceover. I love the pictures and seeing her reign and all the stuff that she got to do. It's beautiful. I was a fan. I was a fan of her. And this dress is everything.
She looks so good. The whole theme here was like water. Like everything was water. I don't know if that was specific, but like there was so many water motifs happening in this finale, and I was like, water. Okay, great. Water. We're going with water. Sure. Love it. So we're going to start with the first of our categories, national costume. Now, we saw all of the eliminated queens for half a second. So we're not going to go full in-depth on them, but probably quick comments, and by quick, it'll probably end up being several moments knowing us. But we are going to score national costumes and then talk about our top 3. So going in elimination order, first up was Maria Lava.
I thought this was really good. Honestly, maybe my favorite of the eliminated looks. I think yellow works really well on her. There's so much detail in that whole back piece, like almost like a peacock. I thought it was so good, and a really cute wig. I love the bangs there. This was very good.
I thought she looked beautiful. It was great color on her.
Gorgeous, stunning, yellow. Thank you. I thank David for getting it.
You're welcome.
I got it. I was writing.
Thank you.
Scores.
92.
80.
81.
Ooh.
Ooh. Next up, Marlene.
Second favorite of the eliminated queens. I really like this. This had the most intricate detailing of anybody. I love the hat. The only thing is I wish it was like a little bit bigger, but I still really like this a lot.
I like this a lot. I thought it was beautiful. I love the colors. I love the flowers. She looks stunning. I liked it. I think I liked it a little bit more than Maria.
I do as well. The intricacy here is so gorgeous. I love all of the platforms of the flowers coming off. She looks stunning. Stunning. So, scores.
91.
85.
90. Next up, Elvira.
Yeah, I thought this was really good too. Great color combination. I love all the greens and blues. And yeah, I thought this was the best she's looked so far. And just had a whole like jungle vibe to it that I appreciated. And her makeup's really good.
It was good. It was solid. I liked it. She looks beautiful. That wig is wigging. I love it. I want to wear that wig. I like the back piece. It's cute.
Simple, not my favorite, but fine. It was fine. I don't like the wig with this either.
Okay.
Scores.
84.
79.
67.
This is a backwards world right now.
I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Jean Vlog with her giant flower.
Yeah, I thought this was cute and flouncy, and I don't think it was one of the best looks for this category, but I still thought that she was like adorable. Like it just felt a little less serious, I guess, but still good.
I liked it. I thought it was cute. It was a cute little, number. It suits her. It's whimsical. I like this color on her. I liked it.
Simple. I don't think the silhouette does really anything for her body, unfortunately. But I like the concept. I think I don't get it. I don't. It's not my favorite thing, Jean. I'm sorry to keep shitting on you, Jean. It's really not intentional, but I have been doing it all season. But yeah, just not my favorite, unfortunately. Scores.
81.
81.
65. We really are in backwards world. I don't know what's happening today.
It was horrible.
Next up, Margot.
Yeah, I thought this was a beautiful flower look. I love the silhouette. It's very drag. I thought this was one of her best looks of the season.
This is beautiful. I like how she played off. It definitely shows flowers, giving me, we get to see the stem. She's giving us the leaves. It's beautiful. I like it a lot.
I really like it also. This is, I think, maybe my favorite thing Margot has worn on the season. I really enjoy this. It's definitely one of the best for sure. I love the whole back piece with the flower. The way that the stem of the flower is just coming down the dress, like in that beautiful curve. I think she looks incredible. Scores.
87.
86.
86. There we go. We're back on track. Next up, Fave Fatale.
Her face was so stunning. Consistently throughout this episode, I thought she had some of the best makeup. I really like the colors in this as well. The only thing is I don't like the shape around the waist there. I think that kind of removes her shape a little bit. But still, I thought it was a very strong look.
Yeah, it was okay. This is a decent look, solid. I agree about the hip, the thing around the hips. It kind of distracted me a little bit, but I like the back piece. I love her face.
Yeah, the entire waist situation and the way that it was cut on the garment it wasn't my favorite thing, unfortunately. But I love the back piece. Her makeup is always incredible. I think it's overall a very fine look, but she's worn much better on the season. Scores.
86.
82.
78. Next up, Russia Fox.
Yeah, the first thought I had was that the wig kind of made her look older than a lot of the wigs she's worn this season. But I still really like the actual garment, and I love that back piece. Like, it's always fun when a queen does that. So I thought she looked really, really good.
Yeah, I thought this was good. The back piece added the drama for me that I needed. Because if she didn't have that back piece, it'd just be as beautiful as just simple gown. But that back piece added the drama. I agree with you about the wig. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I still think she looks beautiful. But Russia can't help herself but to look beautiful.
Gorgeous. I love the way that this whole thing is constructed. I do agree on the wig, but I do like the wig. I would wear that wig. I like it. The whole back piece situation is beautifully painted. It's all very seamless. It's a very, very good look for Russia. Scores.
88.
90.
85. And now on to our finalists. First up, Deja.
Okay, this is where things get really good. I'll just say right now, I think all three of the finalists had the best looks in this category. I thought this was so good. I really love this yellow on her. The whole like framing with the sunflower was so smart. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do something quite like that for a flower runway. But yeah, I just love the yellows and the green. Her face looked good. This was my favorite thing she wore this episode. I really, really like this.
Yeah, I thought this was so good. I was like, oh, she eating this up with this. The yellow just looks good on her. The way she painted her face, and it's just glowy and dewy, and it just looks good. She looks like, I think Manila said it. She looks like a dew in the morning, and the light is hitting off of her face, and this was a stunning look. It was really good.
This was so good. I love that she was like, I'm not your, what was it? I'm not your mother, not your father, not your daughter. I'm your son.
I'm your son.
Flower. And that's been Deja all season. She's had these gorgeous looks and then these like very campy, funny deliveries when it comes to the theme wear. I really, really enjoy this. I think the garment itself is gorgeous. She looks stunning in this. Score.
97.
You were 96.
It's full.
Okay.
It's full. Full for me. Next up, Moy.
First word I wrote was wow. This is very high standard for her because she's not been like one of the big look queens. She even mentioned it here, but I thought this was so good. She's very polished and shining everywhere. She has that nude illusion on, but I think she covered it up with enough like beads and bedazzlement that it didn't distract much from me at all. Yeah, I was super impressed with this. I did not expect her to come this hard.
That mask was everything. That mask was like so good. And the way she was just like, boom, and just let it fall. It was so good. I was like, this is pretty. She looks stunning in all the gold. I think the only thing that distracted me a little bit was I don't know if I wanted it to be tighter around the legs and stuff, but I don't know. It just was a little bit distracting with the bottom at with the I guess the sheer thing that's hanging off the sides. But other than that, and that's so small and stupid and nitpicky, like really small, it was so good. I think she looks beautiful. I think this is one of the most beautiful I've seen Moy besides the prom.
I loved this. I love that she presented this with the back of the garment first, and then turned around, had the face mask. I thought the whole thing was really good. I got the reference. I understood what it was. Yeah, I mean, she just looks gorgeous, and I'm a big fan of this. So, Scores.
98.
97.
92. And last up on the category, Mrs. Tan.
Yeah, this was stunning for me. I really love all the detail here. Like she became the crocodile. I thought it was a dragon at first, but she explained it was crocodile. Just like you could see every single detail when they were close up. I thought this was so good. And she just was so campy with her performance of it. And I really liked the wet wig. I thought that suited this as well. Nicole was so funny when she's like, this swallowed you up in a good way. But yeah, it's so good.
This was so good when she came out, and I was like, "Oh wow!" And then when she broke the head, that it was so good, and her face was great. I agree. The wet look hair is great because it's that crocodile. It's supposed to be in the water. It was so good. All the details in this and the way she performed it, I really, really enjoyed it so very much.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this as well. I think it's executed in the way that we know Mrs. Tan to execute. It's a gorgeous look. The wig here is gorgeous. The face is good. The pop down of the costume I thought was gorgeous. This is gorgeous.
This also got a 98 for me.
Full.
Yeah. I hate this down.
And so we go basically straight from that into the Dragdagulan, which also features looks where the theme was wet.
What?
Rain,
wet, wetness, water, all of those things. That's what we were presented with on this occasion. And so that's what we're going to talk about. So, yeah. And first up in water,
yeah, I thought the floaties were a cute idea here. But I think it just kind of lost the fashion part. So I wanted it to kind of marry that more. So unfortunately, it just looked like she was wearing a decent dress with some floaties on it. I did like her wig, but that's about it.
What were you saying, Logan?
Oh, I was going to say, that's what she was going for.
But that's all it is. So it's just a dress with some floaties. Work, Maria. Work.
You better work that strapless blue gown with floaties, girl. You better work that strapless blue gown with floaties, girl.
I just I don't even know what to say with this. It was just a dress and floaties.
That's all. Score?
62.
69.
Nice.
Thank you.
Gave her a 70.
I was toying back between 70 and 69.
Yeah, it's fine. Next up, Marilyn.
Yeah, she looked like a stunning underwater nymph. And I really like these colors. It's almost like a brownish maroon with this baby blue. I feel like this is going to be one of my new favorite color combinations. It's just so good. By far one of the best for this category.
Yeah, she looked like she was just caught up in the coral reefs that's down at the bottom of the sea and it's glistening off the sun and the light with the blue. It's so good. I think she looks stunning. I hate we didn't get to see more of her.
Ugh, I'm still so mad. She's incredible. I think this is gorgeous. This color combination looks absolutely incredible on her. The headpiece is gorgeous. All of this is just so good. Scores.
90.
87.
90. Elvira.
Yeah, I thought this was pretty, but a little simple. But this was, I wrote that in my notes before I realized that, a lot of them are doing pretty simple looks for this one. But yeah, it had kind of a gothic, almost Elvira feel to it. Yeah, I like the wig.
I mean, I guess she looked like she was shipwrecked. I don't know. Tattered about, but gothic like water. But I don't know. It's fine. It's cute. It's solid.
It's fine. It's cute. It's solid.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Sounds familiar.
I know. Scores.
77.
First score, same as the second score, 79.
I will not be copying your score, so don't worry. I actually gave her a 63.
Okay.
Next up, Jean Vlogue.
Yeah, I thought this was really campy and fun. I was trying to figure out what sauce she was. Or is she like not a sauce? I don't know. Something is pouring out and she's becoming whatever's being poured out of the bottle.
I thought it was a candle.
A candle? I don't think so. I think that's a bottle of something. It even has a label on it. But yeah, I thought she looked pretty. Her face was very polished. Not bad.
Solid look for Miss Jean Vlogue. It was pretty.
I ain't mad at this at all. It's cute. She looks good. I don't know what this bottle on her head is, but I'm living for the fact that she has a bottle on her head. Her scores
81.
75.
74. Margot.
Yeah, I thought she was pretty, but this was a little too simple for me. And I thought the wig seemed a little too flat as well. But my least favorite part was the white makeup above her eyes. Like it just really didn't feel like it went well with her skin. So yeah, this was a little disappointing.
Yeah. I kind of was like, oh, it's just a white dress. Sure. Work.
It's simple. The wig. I agree with you, David. The wig was too flat for me. I don't know what was happening with the makeup, but it didn't look like. I don't know whether she like how much time she had in between, doing the makeup on this. It wasn't, the best. The gown is simple. What does this have to do with water? I don't know. Scores.
69.
Nice.
73.
60.
70 what?
3.
73.
Okay.
Femme Fatale.
Stunning face. Once again, I just was like, I wrote that in all caps. I love her face here. I love the wet wig. I thought this was really good for like the category, like especially Rain. If she had been doing the Dragdagulan in this, I think it would have looked really cool because it's see-through and you would have just seen all that water like dripping off of it. Yeah, I thought this was her best look of the night.
Yeah, this is pretty. Miss Vivian and me got a purple thing going on in her life, and I love it. I'm here for it. It's a beautiful outfit. I like the details in it, and I love the hair, and her face is stunning.
Yeah, she looks incredible. I love this see-through raincoat with all of the like jewel details. I think all of that is gorge. Face is incredible. Wig is incredible. She looks very, very good here. Scores.
85.
85.
82. Next up, Russia Fox.
She does not miss. This is perfection. No, this was surprisingly very boring. My guess.
David, I was about to.
No, we were not about to. We were not about to. We don't judge people in their choices and their opinions.
My guess is she had all sorts of plans for reveals with this that we did not get to see in the Dragdagulan. But yeah,
the Dragdagulan.
This as it is here is not good.
No. I was so like, what? Russia, what else you got planned? Because I know you got something planned. Russia always got 18,000 things planned. But this looked like a potato sack. Mm-hmm. And I was not happy with that.
No, thank you. Scores?
36.
40.
50.
No, ma'am.
And now next up, Deja.
Yeah, I thought this was very classy. It was simple but effective. A cute wig, and she sure worked it in the Dragdagulan too.
Yep.
It was pretty. It was a simple, beautiful gown. She looked stunning in it. Once it got wet, it started taking its form and shape, and it was like, okay, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, but she looks gorgeous, but I don't expect anything less from Deja.
Yeah, I thought she looked incredible in this. It's simple, but it didn't need to be, a big dramatic thing, because the whole point was when she got into the Dragdagulan, which we'll talk about shortly. That's when the whole garment kind of took form, like you said, Lana, and it's gorgeous. She looks great. Scores.
80.
90.
80. Next up, Moy.
Yeah, I thought this was a nice red bodysuit. Very simple, but I like that she has a raking jacket. Her face was not my favorite from this episode, especially when they showed a close up of it, and I don't really like the leggings. But overall, she looks fine.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was fine. It was perfectly good, perfectly safe. I think she looks beautiful. Yeah, agreed. Not a fan of the face as much, but is this the first time we're seeing Mrs. Moy without her breastplate?
Ooh.
I want to say it happened one other time on the season, but I don't remember.
But yeah, she looks fine.
It's fine. It's nothing major. I was a little underwhelmed by this, if I'm being honest. I like the Reagan jacket. It was fine, but there's nothing, major about this look for me. So, scores.
71.
74.
70. And last up in the wet category, Mrs. Tan.
Yeah. This was much better in the Dragdagulan than what we're seeing here. It's really just a black bodysuit with like a structured bodice on it and something wrapped around it. So it's fine, but it served its purpose in the Dragdagulan. But as a look itself, like not one of her best.
Yeah, it was another one that I felt like Deja. It took shape once it got wet and all that stuff, and it was fine in the actual Dragdagulan. But yeah, it was okay. It was a solid. It was just perfectly fine.
Copy paste. Like, I don't know what else necessarily to say about it. It's not bad. I actually kind of like the wig. I think the wig is good here. It's simple. It got the job done. It did what it needed to do, and it was fine. So, scores.
I gave it a 69.
Nice.
I gave it an 88.
I gave it a 79. So now that we have all of the
Dragdagulan
looks in the category of wet or whatever the category was, we now get
Dragdagulan.
And of course, because there's only 3 people left in the competition, it means that there's 3 people competing.
Dragdagulan.
And we find out that the song for the
Dragdagulan. Dragdagulan.
This is what you've done, David. This is your doing.
Am I the only one hearing this?
What?
Okay, I am. I'm the
What's
only one
happening?
hearing this. So This is so funny. I'm hearing a different clip than what you're playing.
Wait, what?
Yes, but it's working for both of you, so it's probably working for all of
Wait,
you
what
watching
clip are
right
you
now.
hearing?
Every time you press that, I hear Logan, Logan,
What?
Logan. And I'm like, what is going on? And then I quickly realized, oh, it's just playing because I clicked that earlier, and I'm the only one hearing Logan, Logan. You're like,
Wait,
they're getting
I'm
ready
gonna
for the Logan.
Logan. That's so funny.
You're so
Wait,
sweet.
wait. Okay, I'm gonna do it again.
Okay.
Dragdagulan
Yes. I'm hearing Logan. Here,
I
That's
really
so
hope that's
funny.
not
Play
the
it.
case. Because Lana,
Maybe you
you're
can-
hearing Dragdagulan,
Dragdagulan.
right? Okay, great.
Play it again. I want to hear if you can hear it.
Dragdagulan
No,
No. No.
that's so strange.
That's so weird.
Okay, well then I won't play it anymore because I think I overplayed it. But
It's
No,
freaking David out right
what I'm
now.
talking about because most people probably have not heard that. So I'm gonna.
Oh,
play-
I hope
like,
that's the case.
this
Mr.
is
Logan.
the clip I keep hearing. Yes,
Me.
every time Logan has been hitting the Dragdagulan button, I hear that clip for some
Could you
reason.
imagine
That's
if I
wild.
hardwired the StreamYard and instead for Lana in the audience, it was like if this was all a ruse? No, I didn't
That's
do
crazy.
that. I don't know.
Play
how
it
to
one
do
more
that.
time. I want to see if it does it still.
Dragdagulan
I heard nothing that time.
Oh wow. This is funny. We love technology, don't
Yep.
we?
We sure do,
Technology's
and
great.
you all
Anyway.
get to experience it with us.
Right. Anyway, the Dragdagulan, which is actually what y'all care about us talking about.
Mhm.
They are lip syncing to Miss Manila by Angeline Quinto. This was a very cute lip sync where two people did very well.
Ooh.
Ooh, I'm curious who the two are, because I have one.
I have two.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure one of ours at least overlap. I hope.
Yeah, I'll just say it. For me, this was the Mrs. Tan show. She was smart. She took her spot right in the center. I could not take my eyes off of her, and I was like, "Oh, look at those cute, sexy, sultry background dancers she's got." I was like, "Come on, Beyonce." And no shade. Like I need
does that mean that Moy is Michelle?
maybe, probably.
Oh
I need to watch it back. I need to watch it back. But for me, it was all about Mrs. Tan. She was even like shampooing her hair in the middle of it. I was like, come on, Mrs. Tan. My eyes were glued to her. And the other two, like they literally like were doing symmetrical moves. So they look like backup dancers.
I could not agree with you more, David. That is who I saw. That is who I watched. That is who I paid attention to. I was like, wow, she is killing it. When she started washing her hair, I was like, you dumb. Oh, you stupid. I love it so much. It was the best thing. And even when the top of her outfit kind of fell over and like went down and she kind of played with it and then was like, okay, scoop it back up. It was kind of, she kind of ate it up. She kind of ate them up. Like that was the one for me. She kind of totally blew them out the water for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Deja and Moy, but they kind of got ate up by Miss Tan.
So the two people that really stood out to me were Moy and Deja. I thought they both did a really, really great job.
You are
I think
kidding.
They both.
Stop
of course
that.
of course I'm
Okay.
kidding.
How about you, like?
No, for me, I think Mrs. Tan did a very, very good job. I thought Deja did a very equally good job.
Okay.
For me. And for me, Moy completely faded. Completely faded for me. I thought what Deja was doing was actually really good. And I thought Deja was matching what Mrs. Tan was doing. She was on the floor. She, I think, had the best use of the water overall. I do think Mrs. Tan had the best gag with the water, doing the whole shampooing thing. But Deja was just in the back, in her little section, serving a very, very solidly good lip sync. So I wasn't all that mad at what Deja was doing. She had her stunts in the water too. And I think those moments you really, really focused on her. She did everything she could to get into that middle spot. And Mrs. Tan was not giving up that middle spot. And I don't blame her at all. But I thought Deja did an equally good job.
Okay.
I'll watch back and see what I think.
I would have to focus on Deja because I had to train my eye not to look at Mrs. Tan.
I was like, if Logan really had only noticed Moy and Deja, I was like, would your eyes be like going crossway? That's the only reason that I would be skipping over Mrs.
That's exactly
Tan.
what happened. You got it. You got it, David. Oh my god.
So crazy.
But yes. So at this point, they go back. They're getting ready for their long gown presentation. Nothing else happens in the interim. I mean,
we have a whole lot of backstage stuff that we'll talk about after we do all the looks, but it's some backstage stuff that did happen that we'll talk about.
Yeah. Well, then in that case, should we just go to our long gown presentation?
Yes.
Long gown. They're gowns.
They're
and guess what,
They're
y'all?
usually long.
They're long. So it could be a short gown.
Okay.
Be a short cocktail dress.
A bob gown.
Well, I'm thinking like Dior wedding, like the big flouncy one. That's a gown. Like that's a gown. So
yes,
but typically gowns are long, correct?
Yes.
First up in long gown, Maria Lava, and yes, David, I know she is lava. Okay.
Yes. This was one of my favorites for sure. I thought she looked so good. And I was wondering, is this the same inspiration Marina had with her
I wonder.
Yeah, because that was like a national costume. I think that she had taken after there. So I'm wondering if Maria had the same inspiration. Either way, she looked really good. She didn't just go for lava. She's like, it's got to be bedazzled. It's got to be shiny and shimmery. So I really like that. This was my least favorite of the wigs she wore throughout the episode. But still, I really love this.
Yeah, the dress is pretty. The dress is gorgeous. I do think the wig is not the best, but I think everything else is really pretty. And I like the little cutout on her on the back.
I think this is good. I don't think this is anything groundbreaking, fortunately. I do think she looks very good. It's one of the best things she wore on the season. The wig is not wigging from me in the way that I want this wig to wig. I also will say that I don't love that the glove is a different shade of red. It feels too neon red in this instance, where all the other reds she's presenting throughout the gown are these kind of more like neutral and more muted reds. I just would have wanted I would have wanted that kind of color scheme throughout the whole thing. Or I would have wanted the glove to be like a different color of lava. So like I would have wanted it to be yellow, or I would have wanted it to be brown or something along those lines. But overall, not a bad look at all from Maria Lava. Scores.
88.
74.
Oh. 80.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised that I wasn't the lowest score.
Me too.
Lana is now in her backwards era. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. And we continue with Marilyn.
My favorite part is the headpiece. And I couldn't even tell if that was a headpiece or the background at first, but different angles you could see it was clearly a headpiece. I thought that looked really cool. I like the mermaid part kind of at the bottom as well. It's very dark inspiration here, which was a nice breakup from a lot of the bright colors we saw throughout the episode. And her face looked great as well.
I love this look on Marilyn. I love the headpiece. I like what she did with the wig. Her makeup is stunning. I like the way this dress fits on her. I think it's pretty. Very, very gorgeous. I'm a fan of this.
Yeah, I really, really enjoy this. I think the headpiece is gorgeous. This whole gown, the way it comes down, and this color, hey, fan of purple. So thank you very much. I thought this was so different from what we had seen from most of Marilyn's past I was very, very happy to see it. And I think overall she looks stunning. So, scores.
87.
90.
91. Next up, Elvira.
My favorite part is the crown. I really like the crown on it. I appreciate the galaxy theme, but it doesn't feel as elevated as most of the other looks here. I still thought she looked pretty good.
Yeah, I thought she looked okay. I love the crown. I think she looks, the crown is gorgeous. I think it's a beautiful gown. Gorgeous crown. Beautiful gown.
Yeah, this isn't my favorite, unfortunately. I like the theming. I like the back piece. I think all of that is very nice. But I don't love the giant planet in the middle of her, crotch area. I don't think that's, the best per se. I don't love the wig. And the way that her body was shaped in this wasn't my absolute favorite. She doesn't look bad. I do love the crown, but it doesn't come together in the way that I would like it to. So, scores.
72.
68.
I gave her a 66. Next up, Jean Vlogue.
Yeah, I thought this was a great shape on her. I thought the headpiece was really cool. She had a quirky delivery with it too, like especially when she was folding in those parts. I was like, yeah, come on, do that. She's really good with just camping things up. Once again, a very flowy look from her. So yeah, I like this.
I like this color on her. I like how the blue is just so pretty, and the headpiece. Ugh, I love that. I do like how she presented this. I thought it was a good look for her. This was a good look for her. I think this is my favorite look from Jean from the night, from her.
Yeah, this was my favorite look of Jean's by far. I would say I really, really enjoyed this. The color is gorgeous on her. This headpiece is gorgeous. And she still found a way to make it campy, which I really, really appreciated. Her makeup looks incredible here as well. I think she's gorge. Scores.
I gave her an 85.
I gave her 78.
I gave her an 83. Next up, Margot.
Yeah, Margot. This was not my favorite look from her this episode. I didn't really like the shape of it. It wasn't my favorite silhouette, and I thought most of the fabric was a little too dark to see whatever detailing she was going for here. So I just kind of lost it all. Yeah, not my favorite. She still doesn't look bad.
No, she don't look bad, but I do agree. There's a lot going on with the shape that doesn't fit her to where I would like it to fit her. I think her face is stunning still, and I like the wig that she's wearing. But I do like the angular movements here that we have with the dress. I just don't feel like the angular. But I just don't like the way it's placed, if that makes sense. Like up here and then that. I don't know, but it's fine. It's fine.
It's not my favorite, unfortunately, either. I think the color looks gorgeous on her. I love the asymmetrical moment that's happening on the top of the gown, but the rest of the gown kind of just looked a little like, I don't like using the word frumpy, but it did kind of look a little frumpy.
I love using the word frumpy. I don't get enough opportunities to use it, but when I do, I will use it.
I did not know David was so passionate about the word frumpy. I could not have predicted that in my life.
That was not on my bingo card at all.
No, not on my bingo card for March 2024. I can tell you that much. But yeah, I love the wig though, and guess what?
Mhm.
She made it.
Absolutely.
Scores.
I gave it a 74.
I gave it a 67.
I gave it a 79.
Okay. I'm the bad guy.
No, I said 69. I read my own score wrong.
Nice.
Thank you. 69.
Still, I'm the bad guy. But okay. Logan's right there with me.
I was like, no, I gave it a low. I did not give it almost an 80. No shade, Marco, no shade. But next up, Fave Fatale.
I like this. Very shimmery, shiny, splendid. Yep. I really like the back piece. It's like a good juxtaposition between like metallic and like glittery and gay. So I like it. It's not bad.
Unfortunately, this was my least favorite that I ever wore all night. I don't know if I like the way it's come together. I do like the back piece, and I like the detailing of the silver in the front. I just don't know if I like the colors and how they're going together and how they're flowing down the dress. But she looks gorgeous. But it's not my favorite that she wore tonight. But it's still cute.
Looking at my scores, kind of gave her very similar scores for all three of her looks. I'll be honest. I feel like there's a reference here that I don't get. That's what I come away, because I love the black and white that's happening, and then you have also this kind of like burgundy and orange coat situation happening. So I feel like it's mostly a reference I don't get.
You don't get her. Only I get her, because that's my girlfriend.
It is as if I have hated every single thing that Fave Fatale has done on this. It is as if I hate everything she's done, everything she's worn, everything she's said.
You've hated on our love.
Yes, I sure have. Because she has a partner.
Is that true?
Yes.
What? Since when?
Wasn't she literally at the prom with her partner?
No, with her ex.
Her ex.
Oh, whatever.
It's been a long day, Logan.
A bad day, everyone. It's been a long day, a bad day. Scores. I don't know anymore.
82.
I gave it a 75.
And in all of that bullshit, I'm 4 points away from David. I gave her a 78. I don't want to hear a damn thing ever again. And this is no shade to Fave Fatale. I don't. And Russia Fox.
Maybe my favorite look of the night. I love this. I love this. This is just so extra. This is what I've been waiting for Russia for the past couple of weeks, because I felt like she dipped. But this was so beautiful. And my favorite part was the birds holding it up and flapping their wings. I was like, come on, Russia. This just was so like perfection to me. She looks like Mother Mary. This was just so good.
Yeah. Russia, if this was what you were going to wear if you were in the final 3, I understand why you want to be there, because this was so good. You wanted to show this. This was stunning. I love the headpiece, the back piece that went with it, the birds holding it up, flapping. It was just a good look. Can't say nothing bad about it.
I hated it. No, I'm kidding, because apparently I hate everything that David loves on this occasion. No, this is absolutely incredible from Russia. I think she looks absolutely gorgeous. The fucking doves flapping. The doves flapping.
Stupid.
The doves flapping.
They looked a little frumpy, though, those doves.
Stop it. You guys are weird.
I'm not doing anything.
It's dangerous.
I don't want to be lumped into you guys on this occasion, Lana.
Am I not allowed to have fun?
You are.
Let me have fun.
Have your moment.
I want to have fun.
Do you, boo? Have your moment. Have your fun. I love it. I'm gonna laugh every single time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Logan's gonna give you a bombastic side eye every time, but just know I will laugh at your jokes every single time.
And that's why you're my wife.
Mwah.
Yes, this is why I'm your child. So I
Right,
can
because
roll
you
my eyes.
always embarrass your child.
98.
Oh, Russia, baby girl, you got it. I gave it to you. You got it. Woke up, baby. Deserved.
I gave her a 97.
Mhm.
I don't want to hear anything, David. You didn't give her a full either.
Yeah, but your 97 is like my 89. It's okay.
Anyway, next up, our 3 finalists, starting with Deja.
Yeah, I thought she looked very good. Like she looks like a golden goddess. I really like this wig on her. This is one of my favorite wigs I've seen her wear lately. I do think it just doesn't look as expensive as a lot of the other looks that we're seeing from the finalists. I don't know. It's just kind of simple fabric, but she still looks good.
Yeah, I like this look. She looks stunning in it. I agree with the fabric choice. It's not the most opulent gold, but I think she looks stunning regardless. Her headpiece is everything, but it's still a good look for Deja.
Yeah, I think it's good. She didn't get the dark color memo that everybody else did. Well, the finalists really didn't because the other 2 are silver. But I think it's good. I think it's lovely. I think it's a fine, lovely, wonderful look. And that's all I have to say on the matter. So, scores.
87.
89.
89.
Work.
Next up, Moy.
Yeah, I like this. I think this is a really pretty fabric on her. There's so much detail to the fabric, and that's what I liked about it the most. Especially the bottom, like she kind of turns into like a cloud at the bottom. I like the kind of winged feathers in her hair. The bow, I feel like I wish it was positioned a little bit better. Just the part where it was on the side, it gave her a little bit of an awkward silhouette. But for the most part, I thought this was really good and by far one of her best looks this season.
I thought she looks very pretty in this look. I thought it was very pretty. It fit her well. Her makeup was great. I liked the wig on her. I thought she looked very classy, very sophisticated, and very angelic in this look.
Yeah, I really enjoy this. There's some of the draping choices, especially like in the middle of the gown, that I'm not the biggest fan of. But I love the skirt. I love the headpiece. The draping of the top I really enjoy. I think all of that comes together very, very nicely. So overall, not too bad. Scores.
91.
87.
87.
Word.
And last up, Mrs. Tan.
She was just dripping in all the crystals here, which I really loved. I thought the shape was super interesting as well. Yeah, I thought this was a very, very solid look for her. The thing that kind of like brought it down just a hair for me was ironically her hair. I didn't like her hair. It felt a little too like old school, and she's not old school to me. So I wanted to see something more modern and fresh.
I mean, I can agree with you about the hair. I'm not a huge fan of the hair, but I think I like the way that this dress is draping. I love the fabric choice that she had, the iridescent colors and how the light hits off of it. It's very pretty. I like the thing coming down the side and around the front and wrapping around her. And then, like I said, she's just dripping and dripping and dripping in crystals, and it's so pretty. It's very pretty. I think the wig is the one thing that kind of brought it a little bit down for me, but not. That's a nitpick of still thing, and it was good. It was good.
I think she looks absolutely lovely. I do agree about the wig. The whole thing seemed a little understated for Mrs. Tan. I do like when she does her kind of more simple, more understated moments, and I think this was the right place to do it. But I was still a little like, she's raised the bar so high that I don't think she missed the bar necessarily on this look. I think she just hit the bar. And I don't know what I was expecting from her necessarily from this, but I still think it was a lovely, lovely gown. The moon part looked a little like, it looked frumpy. A little droopy. Honestly, frumpy is a little bit of maybe the right word. It more like droopy. I wanted it to be more structured. I wanted it to come up and then come like behind the wig or something along those lines. But overall, Mrs. Tan is going Mrs. Tan because Mrs. Tan is going Mrs. Tan on a Mrs. Tan occasion. So that part. Scores.
90.
92.
Lana, we have to stop this. I gave her a 92.
What did I just tell you all? I just told them yesterday that I did some statistics and I saw that their scores are usually closer aligned than I am with either of them.
Yes, because again, like I continue to say to you on these occasions, David, you'll go, oh, this is a great look. She looks wonderful. Fantastic. 40.
No.
Never.
40. More like, she looks great. She looks fantastic. This is great. 74.
70.
I guess you could say that I did that because I did say Russia does not miss, and then I gave her a 36. But I was joking about that part.
Sure, now you're joking. Got it.
It's cool.
Got it. So do we want to talk about backstage stuff now, or do we want to talk about Q&A first?
Let's talk about the backstage.
Yeah, let's
really
get the backstage stuff out.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot. So from the very beginning of the episode, when the queens were backstage and they first saw all the eliminated queens come back there, we had some good conversations going on. But one thing that really stood out to me that I wanted to talk about was when Mrs. Tan was going on talking about something, and Jean's holding a bottle, and it just like, what did it do? It like popped or something?
Like it's a champagne bottle.
Her champagne bottle popped. And Mrs. Tan, like in the middle of her sentence, and Mrs. Tan's like, well, okay, I'm done now. I'm not gonna finish. And
I feel very disrespected right now.
Right.
I feel very disrespected.
Is this Logan? Honestly.
Oh,
it happens sometimes. No, but and then she was like, yeah, I feel very disrespected, as Lana was saying. Just kind of like how Logan probably feels now.
I do.
But
drink every time David has come for me unprovoked in this episode of the podcast.
I was about to say, both of you. Oh my gosh, I can drink. I ran out of water drinking because of your games shenanigans.
I got you, Lana. I'm passing my water over to you. I got you.
But
nope, other side.
I didn't grab anything.
But the funny part to me was Jean was like, "Wait, are you really mad?" And
I'm acting.
She
threw it back at her. I thought that was
because
really
I'm also acting because neither of you got it.
We got it. I got it. You were acting. You weren't upset.
No, I genuinely was acting there because of the bits.
I must say, I get the bits. You guys are acting.
Thank you.
David's acting. Logan's acting. We're all acting. But yes, that was a funny moment. I laughed at that. Mm-hmm. I was like, not Miss Tan throwing it back at her because Jean Logan, you're an actress. And we love that. We did get some some conversations where the rest of the girls were talking about Russia and the slutty, sexy horror nerds.
Yes.
And get that. I think that's going to be the own running joke for them. We just had a lot of little different conversations. Some reflections were happening between Deja, Mrs. Tan, and Moy as they were getting prepared. Because, yeah, that's what you do when you are about to go out and do the final competition for drag supremacy. So, yeah, they were just like, this is interesting. Mrs. Tan said she loved the three that were there, and she was happy for any of them. Whatever happens, they made a pact. Whatever happens, we're happy for each other. And yeah, it was just a lovely moment between the three, and then between the eliminated girls. And it was just a good fluff moment of just reflections and happiness and fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was no drama. It was just fun.
True. And so I was wrong. This was not earlier in the episode, all of this stuff. It was right about this time. But there was something earlier in the episode that did...
The eulogies?
Sorry, my brain broke.
The eulogies?
Yes, the eulogies. Yeah, where
they had pictures of all the eliminated queens.
Yep.
Yep, and they were coming in, and they all gave their moments about each person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I thought that was a good moment there. And what surprised me was how nice they were when they were talking about Jean.
Mm-hmm.
They were actually very kind with what they had to say about Jean. So I thought that was a cute moment too.
Yes, I love a full circle moment where they went and had time to process and had nice things to say about Jean afterwards.
It's like, thank God it's not all negative towards Jean.
Right.
Like, I was happy to see that it wasn't all negative. But okay. Is it time to talk about Q&A?
It's definitely time to talk about Q&A.
Oh my God. So it's Q&A, pageant style.
Mm-hmm.
And the question is, if you were to become the Drag Supreme, what 3 words would describe your reign? And so Deja goes first.
Yep.
And doesn't even answer the question.
No, she doesn't answer the question at all. She kind of rambles for 60 seconds. She has 60 seconds to answer, and she kind of rambles a bit, and she gives out one word, and she talks about it, and she never really finishes her thought.
She stops mid-question because she forgot the question. And in that moment, I was like, oh, so Deja's not going to win. I genuinely was like, oh, so she's not winning.
I mean, she genuinely felt that she was not winning.
She said,
third
place. Sorry about y'all.
She said third runner-up. I guess she bumped Russia up above her, I guess.
She was like, third runner-up is Deja. Okay. And she's just like, okay. Because she's just like, I screwed it up. I messed up. This is the question portion of the pageant, and I screwed it up, which we've seen in a lot of pageants around the world, that the question portion is very much could be a make or break moment for someone who's doing really well in the competition, and then they get to that question part and screw it up, and it's like, well,
Julia.
Julia, indeed. And Deja felt that. She was like, well, just my opportunity has flown away like a bird. Tweet, tweet, tweet. But then Moy comes next, answers her question, and she answers her question with confidence, and she has very precise answer what she wanted, and she gave her 3 words, and they were good. I thought Moy did a really good job at answering her question.
I thought Moy did the best. I have to say, I felt like Mrs. Tan did a very, very good job as well. I felt like Moy's entire presentation of the answer was a little bit more concise. It felt like she had a clearer idea and a clearer execution. But that's not to say Mrs. Tan did a bad job in it, because I thought Mrs. Tan, talking about inclusivity, talking about, the importance of drag, and they both did that as well. I thought Moy might have done it just a little bit better for me personally.
I think it was a difference because Moy's was more about her personal journey with drag and her, what her reign would be for her, and it's very personal. And I think Mrs. Tan's take was her reign would be for everybody. My reign is not just for me. My reign is bigger than me. My reign will be for all people, the voice of the voiceless, inclusivity and all of that. So her approach was very intellectual, I'm here for the people. Moy's take was more of, I'm here to make sure that this reign is going to be dealt with in a very classy, very sophisticated, very, very accomplished and very powerful way. Like everybody will know the power behind being the supreme, me reigning supreme. And I thought that they were the two different approaches, but very good. But I do agree with you. I think Moy was more concise and more like controlled. Like she knew what she wanted to say, and it was like it flowed more like water. Mrs. Tan's flew, and then she had to stumble, but she picked it up and she finished strong. So
definitely.
Mm-hmm. And I think Moy and Mrs. Tan had an advantage because they got to hear the question. They got to hear.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
They didn't. They had headphones on.
No, they literally.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
they had
literally
headphones on.
took them off to the side, like pageant style, them with headphones on with the Drag Den theme song.
That's funny because I was going to say they should have done that. But okay,
well they did.
Yeah, that's good. And I thought they were both smart to name the three things off the bat because I felt like Deja was just going to kind of wing it. She named her first thing, but then by the time she had to think of two more things, it was too late. But I think structurally, even over like whether the content was better between Moy or Mrs. Tan, I think structurally Moy won because she had a beginning, a middle, and the end. For Mrs. Tan, I noticed she had a beginning and she had a middle and she completed the middle, but she didn't have a closing statement. And I think that's why I thought Moy's was just a little bit better.
I agree with that.
Definitely. Well, is there anything else to talk about other than the winner? Oh, the band, the boy band came out. They were cute.
Yeah, they had their final walk with the boy band that came out. The P-pop boys, Vixen.
Yeah, sure. The song was cute.
The song was cute. It had a nice groove. I was like, okay, nice R&B-ish groove. Work.
Yeah. And then we kind of just dive immediately into, there's no lead up to it. There's no real big statement to be had. And we find out that the next Drag Supreme.
No.
Oh, no.
You can't forget the one thing.
Oh, well, we'll come back to that.
I was going to bring that up afterwards.
Oh,
because I know that's what you
I thought we were going chronologically. Sorry.
No, we'll come back to that. Just go. The next Drag Superstar or next Drag Supreme.
Not Superstar, Lana. Wrong show.
Next Drag Supreme is
Deja.
I was shocked. I don't know about nobody else. I was gooped. I was shocked. I was like, not that she had a bad night, but she didn't have a solid night. I felt like she had dips and, it was good. I mean, it was very high, but it was like little dips, good, little dips here. I don't think she was the most consistent, but if we're also going by past her overall portfolio, which they said they were doing.
Yeah. Which was 30%,
30%.
Right? David, did you write down the exact okay.
But yeah, I think
it was like 30%.
I think it was 30% of the score was their overall looks from the season. So I was like, it makes sense because this season, Deja had a really good season when it came to looks as well.
I find it interesting that you were saying she wasn't the most consistent because looking at her scores, she was kind of the most. Her and Mrs. Tan were both very, very consistent.
But Mrs. Tan was in the top 2 every week except for one.
Right. I felt
Or
like
top three every week except one.
Yeah.
I felt like even when the judges were deliberating, I felt like Nicole did not want to give it to Mrs. Tan. Like, and Sassa was not trying to give it to Mrs. Tan. Like, Sassa was trying to do everything but give it to Mrs. Tan. Like, everything, she had something to say about everything Mrs. Tan did. And Manila was kind of like, but I like this about Mrs. Tan. You don't like this part, but I like that part about it. And it was, for me, I felt like they didn't want to give it to Mrs. Tan. I felt like.
Who was it that said they felt like Mrs. Tan feels like she's already won?
Manila.
Yeah.
Manila said that she already felt like she has it in the bag. But I'm like, but she feel that.
She should. Yeah. So going into like the announcement here, I was like, okay, I got it narrowed down to 2 people. Mrs. Tan, based on a good final episode and a very consistent season, or somehow Moy had a very good finale. So
Moy
I think
kind of had the best finale, maybe.
It was up there for me.
No, that second look wasn't it. The second look kind of dipped it.
Yeah, but the second look wasn't great for any of it.
And she didn't do well in the Dragdagulan either.
Yeah. But that was only 10% of the score, remember? True. I would like to see Manila. Manila. I'm talking to you, Manila. We respect your decision at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
We respect the decision made. I'm thrilled for Deja. Thrilled for Deja. She's been someone that I've loved all season. Thrilled for Deja. I would like to see the breakdown of this score to see how close it was. Because it had to have been close. Because I was gooped a little bit when it was announced that Deja won. Especially given the Q&A. But am I mad at Deja winning? No. Not mad at Deja winning.
No.
I think given her overall pack, we said going into this finale it was Mrs. Tan or Deja. And hey, one of those 2 possibilities happened. So I'm thrilled for her. In the same way that I was a little gooped last season when Naya won, honestly. Because I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting it to be going into the finale of that. From what I remember, I was expecting it to be Maria Cristina. And then all of a sudden, taken out. And I'm like, well, I don't know who's going to win. And I kind of like that but 2 seasons in a row, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. And I find myself very thrilled with both winners.
Oh, me too.
Is it because Mrs. Tan was not a mononymed drag queen? Is that what it is? Aya and now Deja? Is that you got to have 4 letters and you have to have a mononym? That's it. Mrs. Tan, too many letters. Moy, not enough letters. Deja. Naya, Deja. But in all reality, I'm very, very happy for Deja. I think we were all rooting a little bit more for Mrs. Tan. But very excited for Deja.
David, you got something you're trying to say?
Yeah, sorry. I interrupted you.
Regarding them, yeah, I feel like Deja's a very solid winner. Yeah, I don't remember what I was gonna say. Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry.
It's late, guys.
It's very late.
Breaking the 4th law. It's late.
It's very late for us. But the thing that I was going to bring up after we announced the winner, which is I think the one that David was a bit more excited to talk about in general, was the announcement of Miss El Tocuyo. Now, what this award is exactly, I'm honestly still not sure.
I want to say it's more like fan favorite, or it can't be fan favorite, or judges
queen,
judges favorite, somebody who brought the entertainment and fun and wit to the show.
The person that did the best out of everyone that didn't make it to the finale.
I think that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And to nobody's surprise whatsoever, it's Roger Fox! Yay!
Yay.
Good on you, Miss Russia Fox.
And she won money.
She won
I'm
money.
happy for her.
Absolutely.
I am happy for
I was
her
like, is
winning
this
money.
like Miss Congeniality or
It's kind
but
of what it feels like.
but not really because it's not voted on by the girls. I think it's just picked by Manila. Manila's favorite. And
Hey,
you know
and
what?
if Manila's
Work.
favorite is Russia Fox, great.
Work.
I support it.
I'm here for it because I think Russia Fox is a lot of people's favorite, so I'm not mad at it.
Definitely one of our favorites.
She was one of the favorites here.
Yes.
More
and
Joe
then
David than anybody else.
Yes. Yes. And that's kind of that. Deja has her final performance, which I thought was cute, and then the season's done.
That's it. Oh, I'm sad.
Well, it's over.
It's over.
But before we go, we do have one more thing to discuss, and it's normally a thing that I forget about. But we have to announce the winner of the Drag Den draft.
We do. Yeah. And we already said last episode we know who was going to win it. And sure enough.
Well, I was still in the game. I was still in the game, David. I outlasted you with people.
True. You outlasted me, but you still came in third place with 25.5 points.
Correct.
I came in second place with a lot more points, 43.5 points. And then Lana beat me with 53.5 points. So
Yay, Lana!
Yeah, I'm back at the top. It's me in the Philippines, baby. It's
It
me
really is.
in the Philippines. I don't
Don't say I ever skipped over your draft performance. Don't ever say I didn't congratulate you. There's evidence on the internet of that.
I never said that. That's never come out of my mouth ever. But yes, me and the Philippine Queens, we are here. We are there. I know how to pick a winner from Philippines or win drafts. I'll say that. Win draft. Because
I know how to pick first boots.
But I don't pick winner. I didn't pick the winner from Philippines journeys, but I sure enough had enough points to win the whole thing.
You picked the real winners of that season. Let's be honest here. But with that, Drag Den Season 2 is over. I'm sad, but this was a lovely journey, and I'm very happy we decided to do this.
Me too.
So,
overall thoughts, David?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the season. It was probably my favorite drag season so far this year to talk about. And it's been a lot of fun having Manila's husband, Michael, on with us a couple of times.
I missed him every time he was here, but you know what? Maybe eventually the stars will align and we'll get him on here for something.
Maybe we can even talk to some of these queens. I would love that.
Or maybe we could also get Manila.
I mean, that's a pretty
maybe we could also get
goal.
Sassa Girl.
I'd be down.
That's that's not as lofty of a goal. No shade, Sassa Girl, but that's a bit less of a lofty goal. But yes, I would love to. I definitely think overall on this season, this is, I think, my favorite season so far as well this year to discuss. Because I think it's just got everything that drag programming needs. It's good drag. It's good drama. You've got characters that you love to watch and characters you love to hate watch. In some cases, some good performances and an overall very strong cast of really great queens.
It was overall one of my favorites to watch this season. I was very excited to get to watch something that I've never watched before and did not know what I was expecting going in. So it's given me I enjoyed it. And I look forward to each week when a new episode drops. So that says a lot. It wasn't like, oh no, here go this episode again. I gotta watch it. It was hey, you know what? Hey, I'm here.
And the elimination format overall, I'm not too mad at it.
I mean, it's fine. I would have still loved seeing nobody go, but I'm used to people
Agreed.
being eliminated, so I'm perfectly fine. Either way y'all go do it. We still got to see everybody come back and see all their looks. We talked 30 looks today. So I'm not mad at it. I thought it was good. I think it was a really good show. They did a really great job. I can't wait till next season.
Yeah. I do think at some point in the near future we should go do season 1.
You keep saying it, but ain't nobody got time for that.
Well, so maybe in September we'll be like, we really need some drag den.
Who knows?
Who knows? But I would like to, so I'm going to put that in the universe. And Philippine drag fans, thank you so much for supporting us, as you have been consistently with these beautiful series that we're doing. We will be back because allegedly season 3 of Drag Race Philippines just finished filming about a week ago. So when they decide to release that cast, we will be here.
Mm-hmm.
We will be present. And we will be very excited to talk about more fabulous Filipino drag. And we'll, of course, be here for season 3 of Drag Den.
Absolutely.
Obviously. So.
Oh, and by the way, yes, Lamas people, we're doing solo Lamas. I just want to throw that out there so y'all won't keep asking us in the comments. With every video that we're doing, we are doing solo Lamas. We're doing it. We enjoyed it last season. We're gonna do it this season.
Don't worry.
It's coming.
Yes.
It's coming.
Yes. So thank you so much for joining us for our coverage of Drag Den season 2. We'll be back next time there's a Drag Den or a Filipino drag show. So in the meantime, we've got a lot of other drag coverage going on here. Like Lana said, we are covering Solo Lamas for the fabulous Lamas drag franchise over in Mexico. So make sure to go check out that content if you so choose. We covered the last season that happened as well. And we're covering all the drag race that's currently happening. Season 16 of US, UK versus the world, Belgique. That's it.
We're finishing up España.
We are finishing España. I put that out of my memory already. But we'll be here talking about almost all things drag, so make sure to tune in. Subscribe if you've not already. Go subscribe to both of our other channels. More fabulous things coming your way as well. If you would like to become a member of our channel and support us in a monetary fashion, you could also go hit the super thanks. There is a super thanks button down below. I keep forgetting to bring that up. But there's a super thanks button, and you can become a member of our channel and join the tea room. You can also head over to Patreon, same content, different platform. Those links are down in the description below. And you're on TikTok. And go follow the 3 of us and go get your merch, including but not limited to cup mug down below as well. And with all that being said, cheers.
Cheers.
Only in the U.S. for now. Only in the U.S. for now.
Oh, goodbye. Bye-bye.